Heidi ho, my crafty friends. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. So today, I thought we would work on a few more pages in our book. Now, I did decide that we're not going to fill the, the pockets and the tucks and all that until the end of our book, because it just makes it easier for me, putting things in if I don't have stuff falling out all over the place as I'm doing it, because I've done that before and then stuff just goes everywhere. So I'm working on this little envelope here that's going to go over top of a page like this, and I have this little owl that I fussy cut out excuse me, yesterday, and inside of it I just put a remnant piece of paper and I just let it dry. And I'm just folding down the envelope here really well. And I've glued the envelope shut because I don't want to be able to take anything in and out of this side, because I'm going to put the owl on the outside of it like that. Just like that. And I'm just going to use my art glitter glue to glue the little guy down. You know what? Actually, I'm thinking I want to put a little bit of ink on him first. Let's see, what color is that one? That's ground espresso. Yeah, I think that'll work. So let's get a little bit of, this is ink that I'm putting on him, not, you hear Baxter fussing at me. There in the background. He's saying, Mom, enough is enough. You've been back here about an hour. I've just been back here piddling around. I've got a couple videos to make today, and they hate it when I'm back here for longer than about an hour. They want me out sitting with them. And I did that yesterday while I was fussy cutting. And they were just happy, happy, happy. But then I had to come out, out here and get my knife out. Now, this is what I need. I need this. I had to come back and get, I'm just tapping around this. There we go. Because I really can't get my knife out around them, because Baxter wants to investigate, and I don't like him sticking his nose around my knife because I'm afraid he's going to get hurt. So I always have my knife back here where he can't get to me. I think I'm gonna have to get a new one of those because it's starting to peel off. All right, so let's start getting some glue on here. I definitely want some glue on these little grassy things. And there's one over here. And there's one up here. Okay. And on his head. And I think I'm just mainly going to go around his body. And a little bit down the middle. What you doing, buddy? Okay, make sure I have this going the right way. And I want those grasses. Now, I'm not covering the envelope on this side. I'm just letting the envelope be an envelope. There we go. And that's okay with me. There we go. Just like that. There. Now this is going to go over top of a page. Now the back, this is the start of some rust, and this part of it, I don't need to decorate. Well, I could, because you're going to see it when you flip up, you're going to see this part. You won't see this part. Okay. I need to make sure he's stuck down well. Okay. Now, this part here, I want to have this little circle. I've got to get my bangs out of my face here. Now that little circle's too big. Okay. So I have my pocket box out here off to my side. And I thought we would use some of these pockets that we've made. And then just thrown in here. So let's see what pockets are going to fit on our owl. Now they're going to have to be decorated. Of course, because they haven't been decorated. But when we flip it down, you know, I need to figure out the way to do it, because maybe we could do it that way and then they won't fall out. That would work. Then when it goes down, they won't all fall out, and we could put them in that way and have something that way. That would work. So we could use that one. And yeah, I think I want that one, because the other one that I'm looking at here is a little bit too big. Okay, so let's decorate this pocket here. Let's decorate this pocket. Now, I'm thinking I want some of this, but it needs some ink on it. And I had to get a new ink pad for my... And you know what? I won't tear some of this. I want part of the numbers, but I didn't want the bumblebee. Since we're in the bird section. Okay, now let's get now with this one here that I just used is the ground espresso. Now I'm using on this one, I'm using vintage photo on top of it. And I'm going to do the same thing on this pocket here. This pocket has been inked with vintage photo, but I'm going to go over this pocket with some ground espresso. I want to give it some of that grungy look. And I'm just making little circles with this, making sure I hit the edges. So the edges kind of are darker than the rest of it. If it tears a little bit, then that's all right. I think I need to glue that edge right there. No, I think I'll leave that. It maybe is a little tuck. Now I'm going to kind of fill this up a little bit. Let's go over it. Add a little more color, different shading to it. Now let's open this up and stick that in there. Let's see if we can get this down in there. But I do need to glue that fold. I want to glue that fold down. So let's glue that down. Okay. Oh yeah, that's looking nice and schmucky, isn't it? Yeah. All right, let's put those away. Oh, behave yourself. All right, I'm done with that. Now, I'm going to take this. Let's put that there. Now, I thought I got out. Oh, I didn't. Let me grab it here. I thought I got out for here. Let me grab it. Okay. This has got all of my little bibbly pops in it. That I might want to use on here. Here's my bumblebees I've been looking for. I knew they were somewhere. Here's the rest of them. I knew I had them, and I knew I'd cut them out. There's what I'm looking for, my labels. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Whoops. Gotta be careful or you'll drop them on the floor. Okay. I think all these are too big now. These are the bigger ones. Maybe we'll take one of these out to use in our book. Maybe we'll take a couple of these out. Let's use that one in our book. Okay, so what did I do with the smaller ones? Did I already get them out? Let's see, it's going, oh wait, it's going this way, isn't it? So I need to put that this way. So we're going to wrap that around, that little piece around. Well, that might be all it gets on there till I can find the rest of it. Because I can't find it on this desk. All right, somewhere on this desk, let's put a piece of fabric on here. That'll work. I just wanted something else on here. Let's do this. There was something else I wanted on there, and now I can't find it. Oh well, we'll find it. But I want that piece because it's got the green on it. It's somewhere on here. I'll find it. I'll find it. Who knows what I've done with it? You all saw my desk. If you haven't seen the video of my tour, you'll know what I'm talking about. All right, so this is going to go that way. And I'm not really decorating this envelope a lot. I want it to just stay as an envelope. Okay, but I do want it above the fold. Okay. And what I wanted was supposed to go right there. Let's see if we have a little sticker while we're here. Let's see if there's a little sticker in here while we're here. Wait, I have some smaller ones. Let's see if we have a little bird sticker or... Oh, here's a stamp. Let's put a... here's a little flower. Now let's see if it'll fit. What do we have to do with it? I think we're going to have to... Now, is it going to be clear? Because, yes, maybe. I think we might have to trim it. That'll be all right. I can just trim it down here at the bottom. Just like that. Okay, so I want to take, I think this, I don't want it to be white. And I'm just going over it lightly so it just kind of fades into the background. All I want to see is the flower. I don't want to see the white. There we go. That'll work. That works just fine and dandy. Perfect. Okay, so that's going to go in our book. So here's our book. Now let's get to our bird section, which I think is signature number 2. So I did that the other day. Yeah, oops. And I just did that to show you. And this is going to go here. Okay. Let's put this over this page. Oops, only went one page, not 2. Like that. Now, back here, I want this glued down so it's a tuck up that way. Now, you know what? I think I do want to ink this envelope a little bit because that's just kind of blah, isn't it? So let's ink up this envelope a little bit. So I'm just taking that envelope that we had, that we were just working on. And again, I'm using the, what is that? Ground espresso. Now, I can decorate this side. I'm not really sure what I want to do over there yet. Not really sure at all because I wasn't sure what page it was going to go on. So I'm just kind of inking these pages. As you can see, I'm just kind of inking these pages a little bit. Just kind of getting them a little more interesting. Now, even on this page, oh, I need to glue that down there a little bit. Even on this page, I can decorate here. Even though I made this a pocket, that's a little pocket back there, I can still decorate up there if I want with another sticker or something like that. But this is going to be glued down, So inside here doesn't need to be done. But this, I probably will do something on. All right, so let's get this. Actually, I think I'm going to do it on this side. You know, I'm really bad about doing everything on the right side because I'm right-handed. And everything, I'm going to do it on the left side, which is still going to end up on the right side, but I'm going to put this way. Like that. And then to glue it down, I'm just going to glue the edges. Oops, missed the edge completely. Missed it completely. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to let this dry really well. I missed those edges completely. I've got glue squirting out everywhere. Oh my gracious. Okay. So this is an upper tuck now because I left this open, okay? So now I can tuck something up here. So we're going to let this dry before we put anything up there. But I can add another pocket here. I can add a decorative paper clip up there, which I have sitting over here. I think that's what these are. Yep, these are decorative paper clips. So let's see what we have in here for decorative paper clips. Oh, look, we have one that has a bumblebee on it. Let's pull that one out. We have a dragonfly. Do we have any birds? We have a ladybug. Oh, there's another bumblebee. What's this one? There's another dragonfly. Boy, I have a lot of bumblebees. I almost like bumblebees. What's this one? Oh, there's a butterfly. Let's pull that one out. I do not have a bird. But I do have this one. This is just a nice plain vintage paper clip. Okay, so let's just put a nice little vintage paper clip now. Oh, but it's going to cover up our owl, so I don't think we'll do that. It'll cover up the owl's head if I put it there. It'll go right over top of his little head. But I could just put this one right down the edge like that, and then maybe put some ribbon up there. So back here, I do want to put a pocket. I do believe I want to put a pocket. Okay. So let's see what kind of pockets we have here. I think I want to put, is this one too big? It is, but I could cut it down to make it fit. It's a little library pocket. Or I could make a library pocket across there. Let's just make a library pocket. Let's just make something like that. Okay. Let's put that up. Let's put all this away. All right, so we have this scrap of paper. Now, let's see how big we need our pocket to be. I usually like my pockets to be about 2 inches. Now, I don't know if 2 inches is going to be too big for this or not. It might be. Well, it's a 4 inch. It's 4 inches across. Okay, so 2 inches tall. Oh, that'll be all right. That'll work. So let's cut a piece. Put my pencil away. let's cut us a piece. Let's see here. I need... Let's see here. I need 4 inches across. I mean, I've got myself confused now. I don't remember what I needed. I don't remember what I needed. Yep, I did not remember the measurements I needed. I just remembered half of the numbers and I couldn't remember where they went. There, that'll work. And then I need this about 2. Let's go a little bit bigger than 2. Let's go 2.5 this time, since this is a little taller of a piece. All right, so now we have that scrap we can keep. Okay, so let's give us a little nibble out of here. Let's round these corners so they don't look so mean. Oh, that looks nicer. Let's add us a little bit of this is vintage photo I'm adding on here. And I'm just, you know, kind of making it look a little bit more used. So now I'm just going to glue this down as a pocket. Now don't forget, you still have the upper tuck pocket as well. Oh, whoops the doodles. Okay, so now there's a pocket here on top. Adds a little color to the page. There we go. So here's this pocket. And then here's this pocket down here. And then over here, when you flip this up, you have the pocket back here. Plus this is a little tuck. And then this pocket and this pocket. So when we're ready to fill this up, we'll have lots and lots of places to put some little things. So I'm just going to leave that little paper clip there. All right, so I'm done with my little inking paper. I can put it away. Okay, so I had another page in here I saved that I want to do with you guys. I think it's back here in the butterflies. Yeah, I want to add this little butterfly. And this was just a full butterfly page. And I just used my colored pencils and I just colored the pages that I want. And I'm just going to put him half on the page here. And this is just coffee dyed baking paper. And this page is just going to be for decoration. It's not going to be for anything else. Now, if you wanted, you could make this butterfly a tuck. You could make this butterfly a pocket. You could do anything else if you wanted. Now, I still have the other piece of the butterfly, and I could put it someplace else and make it a tuck. But I just wanted him to be just this cute little page decoration right here. And I want him right here. Just like that. Whoops. I think I might have missed his head. There we go. Just like that. That's all I want of him. Now, the other part of him is right here. And if I decide to do the other part of him back here, then I'll do the other part of him back there. But I haven't decided if I want to do it yet. Okay, so I have this circle. I have this round circle. And up here in signature number 1, I want to put this circle right here, and I want to put a brad through the middle of it or the top of it so I can move it out of the way and have a pocket underneath it and have this circle protect whatever is in the pocket from, you know, falling out. So I want to put that right there. Now, that means when I do that, I have to protect whatever's on the back side because I'm going to have those little brad legs, you know, poking through. So I'm going to have to choose a page that I can cover on the back. So that means I need to find a page that I can do that with. Like I could even do it on that page and put some pockets. I could do it behind this page and add some color to that page. What's back here? I could do it on that page. Now, see, it really doesn't have any, it doesn't really have to go any place. It can go anywhere. Like, I could even put it here. No, it's too big. Now, this page here, I took one of these pages that we did with the mixed media that I showed you guys, and I cut it down. I just took a piece of it and I cut 2 of them down to the size of the pages in the book. I stamped them with butterflies and bees with just small square stamps and my favorite butterfly stamps. And then I took the front of it, because it's just on brown packing paper. I took the front of it and I attached it to the coffee dyed baking paper with my Fabri-Tac. Now, it's still wet. And then I put down a pocket right here. Here's a little envelope pocket right here. And then over top of it, I probably need to leave that up because the glue is sticking to it. And then on top of it, I made, with a CD case, I put in one of these little, this one's dirty. I put in one of these with a tree behind it, and I decorated it, the front of it, with a bird. Now, I dyed this, or I used my oxides on this, oxide in water, and you guys have seen me do that before. And this is just underneath here. This is coffee dyed cheesecloth, and this is ink dyed. The green is the ink dyed cheesecloth, and this is just a little Tim Holtz ephemera piece. And then it just flips out so that you can see the little envelope. And then once it's dry, I can close up that envelope. Okay, so back to the piece we're working on. And then that's the piece we just did. So maybe we want to do that back here in this piece, in this signature, since we did something up there in the butterfly signature. Okay, so let's do it back here. All right, so if we do that back here, we need a pocket to go down here. All right, let me put my ephemera book up here. Now, that means we need a pocket. So what about a library pocket? So there's one library pocket. Okay, so we can put that library pocket there. What about 2 library pockets? Do I have 2? I do have 2 library pockets. Okay, this one just needs cleaned up here on the sides. Actually, I really don't mind the sides, but we'll clean them up a little bit so they fit, and we'll stack them. Let's see if they're the same size. I don't think they are. Nope, one's bigger than the other. So let's let's cut them down, and then we just have to re-glue this, the one we cut down, but that's all right. All right, so let's re-glue this one. Which one did we cut? I think it's this one. Was it that one? This one. So let's re-glue this one. Okay, so now we have 2 library pockets, and we have our circle. Now, I don't know about you, but my library pockets, I'm constantly losing things out of them. Now, I want to round my corners. Although library pockets are never rounded, maybe I won't. I want to put them up there, and I want this to cover the top of them like that. And so all you'd have to do is move that. Let's see if that's going to work. Move that. That's not going to work for the top one. Let's see if I can move it put it up here. You'd have to move it all the way off the book. Well, I could move that in more, couldn't I? Put that there. Well, that would work. Okay, so let's see how we can decorate these library pockets. Let me see how much time we have. Let's see the time. Okay, so we're doing good so far. So let's get our library pockets inked up real quick. Let's get these inked up real quick. And we're not going to put a lot on them because that will prevent our circle from covering them. And the whole idea of the circle is to cover what's inside of them. All right, let me take this off of here. Okay, let's get this inked up here. All right, I'm basically just cleaning off my dauber here by running it across the pockets, just like that. Okay. Now let's see, what section were we? We're in the butterflies. We're in butterflies. Okay, I need to remind that. Y'all don't let me forget that. If I start putting wrong things on there, you all remind me. Okay, so those are too big. We need butterflies. Okay, butterflies, butterflies, butterflies. Let's see, do I have butterfly ephemera out? Let's see, what do we have in here besides things that I don't need? Let's get some things off of my desk. Maybe that'll help me find it. I don't think I need that. I am going to need that. Let's see. Do we have any clusters in here? Oh, I like that. That one would work at the bottom. Now that's a paper clip. They don't go in there. Here's a piece of lace, and here's a little piece of lace. But if we use clusters, we might not need them. Let's see what else we have in here. Oh, carrot. There's a little bird cluster we could use. Except we're not in birds, are we? That one would work on the bottom one. That could work on the bottom one, but not on the top one. Okay, or even this one could work on the bottom one, but not with these little streamers. I think we'd have to take these little streamers off. I think I like this one for the bottom one. But I'd have to cut these little streamers off. Okay. Come on. Get in there and straighten up. Why are you not cooperating? You're right here in front of me, so what's the problem? Good golly, Miss Molly. What's in your way? Oh, that could be the problem. I'm not doing it right. Okay, so maybe on the top one, if we have to keep it flat. Okay, so what about a piece of this vellum? It's got butterflies on it. It has lots of butterflies on it, as a matter of fact. This vellum is very pretty. Let's see if this piece shows up. No, it does not. But this piece does. Oh, I think it's the same one I already picked up. There are two different styles in there. And let's see about using... There's that one. They're set up to look like little vellum stamps. Like that one. Does it go that way? Goes that way. And these, you probably aren't going to be able to see these. Even against my arm, you're not going to be able to see them. These are for use on like black paper. Let's see if you can see them on this. They're really, really pretty. No, I'm going to have to put them against black paper to show you. They're really pretty. All right, so let's use this little ticket sticker. Try saying that 3 times fast. And we'll use this. That will keep it nice and flat. Oops, that's not the way you take it off, Lori. But that will keep it nice and flat. And I'll put this little ticket here. Let's see, I would like to see if there's a number in here. maybe I'll put it there. All right. All right, so since this is so little, I'm going to just spread it out across the whole thing like this. And let's see. Like that. And then I want to take, where's the other one? Where'd the other one go? Here it is. Like that. Okay, so that's nice and flat. Normally, I would not do that, but it's nice and flat. Now this one, let's cut these off, because these are just way too bulky. We'll cut those off. Oops. And you're not going to see much of that one since it's underneath anyhow, but you will see some of it. And I'm going to put that there. And I think I'm going to stick that underneath there. Let's do this before I even take it off. Okay, now, since this is so much fabric, but I do have this. I put this little disc for those little bipply bops I had. I am going to glue on the little disc because, and that's actually under the button, but I am just going to use a lot of glue to make sure I hold it down. And then I am going to put it right here. And it's right there. It's right where my thumb is. It's not under the button. I was mistaken. It's right there where my thumb is, which I'm kind of glad because it's a whole lot easier to hold down and it will be flat. Okay. There. That would work much better. All right, so let's throw that away. Let's throw this away. Let's get this drawer put away. Now, let's work on getting these on the page and getting my little Brad put in here. Now, this has an up and down to it. And I'm going to get some ink on it. And I've been trying to decide since before I turned on the camera, do I want to put something on here? And I do actually. I wanted to put, see that, and that was the only small butterfly I had. So I'm sure I have others. I just, oh, right there, as a matter of fact, I see them now. I want to put a butterfly on it. I'm going to have to get some more butterflies or find some to cut out. But I don't have any that match the... Oh, I take that back. No, see, that one's just too... That one is too small. I need a big one. But all my big ones are yellow. Or they're... See, I have this purple one maybe, but this purple one does not go with that blue. It does not go with that blue at all. Neither does the green one I have. All right, let's see if I have any others. Birds, bees, bees, bees. All right, I'm looking to see if any have escaped my... Aha! Attention. You see, these are still kind of small. I like the colors better. These actually came off of a birthday card that my dear sweet friend Kim sent me. And I love that color. Oh, I bet this blue's a pretty one on there. Oh, that's pretty on there. I like that. I like the orange better, I think. I think I like this better. I like that one better. I like that one better. It's got the browns in it that are in the background of the thing. Now, don't think you always have to match your paper or your book, because you don't. How many times have you all seen me decorate a page or something? Mine never matches, ever. Okay, so let's grab our book. What did I do with it? Here it is. Okay. So let's get this set up. Oops, I got glue on the back of it. Let's get this page out of the way. And let me get my little brad. Let's see. I wonder if I have any butterfly brads. Wouldn't that be fun? I don't think I do. I have stars. I have Easter eggs. I have flowers. I don't have any butterflies. Nope. Okay, but here are my bigger ones. Now, do I want bigger ones or do I want the smaller ones? Huh. Well, that is another question that I haven't answered yet. I'm thinking the smaller one. I mean, not the itsy bitsy teeny teeny tiny one, but this size. I'm thinking this size will work. Yeah, I'm thinking this size. You know, your normal, this size. Right here. Okay, so let me get my punch here. Remove my glue. I don't need it. That would be, it's for the 1/8 inch punch that I'm going to use. All right, so I don't need my stapler. I'm not going to need my ruler. My punches are right here at the bottom. I think I'm going to have to move them because, all right. That one's too small. That one's too big. If I was smart, I would just, there it is. I would just get up and get the other page. Okay. Now I'll put my butterfly on here in a minute. Alrighty. Now, this is going to go right here. So, I'm going to just take and punch this at the same time. just like that. Now, you know what I am going to do before I open up these legs? I am going to take and I'm going to put one of these little circles over top of it, just like that. Actually, I'm going to glue it on the back of this, right over the hole, and that'll keep it from. Actually, I'm going to do it on the paper. I think I'm going to glue it on the paper. That'll keep the paper from tearing. Let me make sure you all can see what I'm doing. This is just a little 1-inch circle. And I punched a hole in the middle. Just like that. There we go. Now I'm putting it on. And the reason I did that was I don't want a hole in the paper. And that little punch there will keep it from doing that. Now, I could do it on the same, I could do the same thing on the back. But I'm going to cover the back with washi tape. Okay, I don't need that. At least not this second anyhow. All right, so I may or may not put a charm on there. If I decide to, I'll come back and do it, and I'll show you all how I do it. But I need to put this away first. Oh, I don't need these anymore. Now, let's get our pockets on there. Okay, so here's our circle. All right, so let's get our butterfly on. Now, my little butterflies bend. Their wings bend. That's just the way that they were done on my birthday card. They were attached right here in the middle of their bodies. So if you ever see these little birthday cards, I highly recommend them to your friends because they will really enjoy them. I've gotten 2 of them. I got a little tiny one from my best friend, and then my son and daughter-in-law sent me a great big one for my birthday, and I have thoroughly enjoyed them. The little one my friend sent me still sits on my table, and it's been sitting there for 2 years. The one that my son and daughter-in-law sent me, the great big one, that's where these butterflies have come from. And I have thoroughly enjoyed using them in my journals. Okay, so these are going to slide. I want the tops of them. I want them to slide up enough. I don't want them to hit the spine. There, now see that? That covers what's inside of them. So if you want to see what's inside of them, you have to scoot it over. Like that. All right, so let's get these attached. There's one. There's 2. Oops, I forgot to do this all the way up, and I made my pocket crooked. And just remember when you're putting your pockets in, keep them out of your spine. You don't want them to interfere with your spine. Okay, so now this is going to come down and hide like that. It's going to hide what's inside like that. It's going to hide what's inside the pockets. If you want to see what's inside the pockets, you have to scoot it out of the way. I don't know why that intrigued me, but it did. It just intrigued me. I know. Okay, so I think that is all the time we have for today. And I want to thank you so much for joining me. I have had so much fun with this little journal, playing and decorating it and just exploring it. And I think I've figured out what I want to do for the cover. So we'll be doing that soon. And I hope you come back while we do that. And have some fun with that. So, until I see you again in our next Ladybug Journals video, ta-ta for now.